Hey, okay, so we're on to our actual models that we created. This is the high poly flagstones, if you remember. So what I want you to do first is save all these out as individual files. So pick one, file, save as, save selected, and make sure it's in the high detail folder. And what do we call these? HD Flagstone. Also, we just call this one HD Flagstone 01, like that. Okay, click save. Get to the next one. File, save as, save selected. HD Flagstone 2. Like that, and just go around and do them all until you've got them all separate. Once you're done, just load up the first one. So we have just one in the 3D Studio. Centralize it so it's at 0, like that. So we go. And what I want to do with these before we start UVing them is just make them fatter, because the moment I loaded them in, I looked at them and thought they were quite thin. I know I wanted them thin, but I think they'd be better if they were just fattened up a little bit. So just do that, and we can just give it a tweak. If you're not comfortable with it, just tweak it. You know, I'm just doing it because that's what I want to do. Reduce this fall off. Just increase that. Move that back up a little bit. There you go. I'm just tweaking it here. Okay. Yeah, that'll do. So all I want to do is just make it a bit fatter. I'll tell you what, we can probably optimize this a little bit as well. I don't think we need this loop here. Delete that. So now we're down to 144 polygons. Right then, so save that. HD Flagstone 1. Dink. Okay, there we go. So how are we going to unwrap this? So remember, we're going to make it flat. First thing to do is put a UV map on it, like we did the other objects. That gives us a clean slate. There's no green lines on there. Right, okay, now then. Click on map, like that. Right, okay, so another quick way of selecting the edges is select edge under selection, select edge, click on the edge, double click, and you get the loop. Then come down here, and the third one along, convert edge selection to seam. Click that, boom, there's your first one. Click the second one, I think, because that's going to unwrap one side, that's going to unwrap another. Okay, what I might just do is just do that. Because that will ease the tension on the unwrap. Just do that, give it a quick pound, see what happens. Blink. There you go. And you can see, so this is the top and this is the bottom, and you can see, let's turn on our checkered pattern. It does. If you get a problem with this one here, just do the top one first and then go to the next one. There seems to be a little bug there, I think, in max. Okay, so not quite right, is it? It's not. No, it's too stretched. Around the edge there, that's not very good. It's stretching around there. Seems right on the top and bottom. Okay, so what we're going to do is let's do that differently. Okay, let's start again because it'd be quicker just to start again. UV map, unwrap, got none. Go to edge select, select around the top, select that one around there. Go down to peel, select convert edge selection to seam, click it, peel. See, now we've got the edge. Okay, there we go. So now the edges are separate. So let's have a look what that looks like. Yeah, that's better. It's a bit weird there. Okay, but that's because it needs splitting. Okay, all we have to do with this is split that on one side and the other side, and sorry, I went past it. Where is it? There. New seams and quick peel. Put my checker back on. There you go. Yeah, that looks much better. Okay, so that's cool. Okay, so the space. Let's have a look what we can do with this. Tweak that because that's not very good. Turn off snap, and do you know what I might do? Okay, so think about this. These textures are all going to be fairly similar for all the rocks. I think 2 rocks for 1024 is probably good. So I might combine them. So we have half and half. Let's just make this small. Put it up in the corner like this. Let's do something clever here. Okay, so we'll put it up there and just leave it there. And we're going to save that one. So this is Flagstone 1, unwrapped, ready to go, apart from the scale of it. Collapse the stack. Yep. Save. Now load in Flagstone 2. Flagstone 2, open. Okay, so get it central, like. Just make that 0 like that. All I did was right click on that, bring up the transform typing and put 0 and boom. And I want to make this fatter like I did the other one, just a bit more like that. Okay, so that's good. Right, so now we're going to unwrap this in exactly the same way. Right, let's start with UV map, unwrap, go to edge selection, which is here, double click, Go to X, hold down Control, double click on that one, so they're both selected. Select one edge there and one edge there, and click that, and then click the first quick peel. There we go. There we have our unwrapped rock. Just check. It's the same format as the other one, so it should be fine. Yes. That looks good. Like I said before, don't worry about the seams. It'll all work out. Okay, let's just select these, but get them together. So if we put these in the bottom corner like this, yep, so they're like that. Collapse all, yep. Save that file. What we're going to do now is merge in the first flagstone, import, flagstone 1, open. Make sure, oh, it's actually 5, the file name, but never mind. Select that, like that. Okay, so we now have 2 in our file. So if we unwrap both of these now together, so if we go over here and we click unwrap and then open our UV editor, you'll see them both unwrapped here. Okay, so this one over here is the bigger rock. So this is too big. These UVs have got to be roughly about the same, proportionately. So which is about right. So I'm going to have one 1024 shared between 2 rocks, and I think that'll be fine for the amount of space these rocks take up. Let's see if I can arrange them. See, even that is not great, is it? Let's make that 1. Okay, so what we can do later is bring in some of the smaller rocks, the little tinier ones, and we can use this space for them. Okay, so let's just check that it's a pain. That it still looks good. Squares look about the same on both sides. Yeah, it's all looking pretty good. No wobbly bits, no distortion. It's all consistent. Scales looks good. That is a job done. So we're going to save this as a separate file. Save as 1 and 2. So 01 and 02 together. Boom. Right, and what I want you to do is do the remaining 3. You can leave 1 on its own. As a small challenge, so leave 1 on its own, do the other 2, combine them like I just did, and if you can't remember what I did, just go back and watch this video again. It's pretty straightforward. And then in the next video we're going to do the barrel. We're going to UV the barrel, but don't leave these behind. Make sure you've done all 5. So you'll have 3 files, 1 and 2, 3 and 4, and 5 on its own. And then later we're going to combine a lot of the little rocks and little pieces of non-metallic objects that we can use to utilize this UV space for. So I will see you in the next lecture.